Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing another battle for Total War Warhammer. I am the Strategy Professor. This is going to be my third match. We'll see what the person picks. I kind of want to play vampires again just to try them out. I've spent about an hour today trying to figure out the vampire counts. Okay, this guy wants to play it though. I'll let him play it. I know other people want to play vampires and people hate mirror matchups. So I'm going to go with the Greenskins. So I don't want to be greedy and just try out only Vampire and Empire today because they changed the most. We'll let other people do it. I'm trying to be chill about that. I think this is a really good matchup for the Greenskins. Now, speaking of changes, just really quick, I looked over and from the tooltips and the spell explanation, it looks like they didn't touch Sneaky Stabbing, as far as I can tell. It still lasts 15 seconds. This one still has 36 seconds. It still costs the same amount of mana. And it still gives the same debuffs. Though it said in the patch notes that it was going to make Gork a little less Gorkier and Mork a little more Morkier. And I'm not 100% what that means, but I would imagine that Mork generally references the Goblin Shaman and Mork references the Orc Shaman for the little Wah and the big Wah. I think Mork's the little one and Gork's the big one. Because, you know, the Orc Shaman, if nothing else, has Foot of Gork, so it seems like a pretty good indicator that, you know, he's representing the lore of Gork. Even if you aren't an expert in, you know, Warhammer lore, I think that's a pretty good nudge at which Shaman represents which god. So I don't think they've changed anything unless they just haven't updated the tooltips. We'll see. They're usually pretty good about the tooltips in this game. They're often pretty accurate. So yeah, this build, if you haven't seen this build before, it's in my, I think I've talked about it in my more recent Greenskin adaptations. Now I was able to see his army there for a second, I'm pretty sure. I wasn't like super closely paying attention. Maybe that was my army. But the goal behind this is don't get terrorized. That's the goal. Do not let the psychological effects terror ruin your day. And so everything that I have, with the exception of the Lord and the Goblin, are immune to terror. So quite powerful, I think. We'll see if it works out. This has historically been a very good matchup for me when I'm Greenskins. Pretty much everything is a good matchup for me when I'm Greenskins, except for Empire and Bretonia, but that might change. I think the Greenskins might be the best faction this patch. We'll see. I really hope so, because I have a lot of games as Greenskins, and I think I'm pretty good with them. Alright, let's do this. What do we have over here? Got zombies, Graveguard, Spearmen. What do we have over here? More Spearmen. Graveguard with great weapons, and a bunch of Crypt Horrors. Okay, we can do this. They don't even have anything that causes terror. Now, I can't imagine that's his entire point, like his army points. He's got to have like some Blood Knights hiding over in the woods or something. I think we're ready for this. I just have a Flying Lord. Now, I did notice when I've played against Empire once. What is this? Necromancer. And he's on that throne thing. It gives a lot of buffs. So, pretty cool. I like that build. I've thought about it. But I think they have nerfed magic missiles quite a lot. So I played against an Empire earlier with the vampire counts, and they used a bunch of Shim's Burning Gaze on me at least a few times, and it really didn't do a lot of damage. Now I only had wards on the ground, and some of the missiles missed. But I do think that in general, it's not as effective as it used to be. Not nearly as effective as it used to be. Now, if he just wants to line up in nice, neat lines and fight me, I think I will slaughter him. We'll see what he wants to do. I don't want my guys to be too tired, if at all possible, so I'll let them chill for a second. I actually have missile units, so I can step up with the spider and just let them shoot. I wish it had like a missile button where you could choose what the spider was shooting at. They are sending in their zombies first. just want to get some shots in here. Now, I don't want his spears to get into my units, though. Now, they did nerf regeneration quite a lot, but that's because they gave the, Vampire Counts a lot of regeneration units. Yeah, sure. Let's just go in. We gotta tear through those zombies at some point, so we might as well go ahead and get started. Now, I don't want... Okay, these guys will be fine to put into them. Where are the knights? There has to be something else. This can't be his whole army, can it? Alright, let's go ahead and throw some itchy right here. Where is she? Okay, she's back there. Go ahead and move her back over here a little bit. Let's go ahead and just shift over that way. Yeah, just move her to the back a little bit and just get her fighting them. That'll be fine. I just want to start breaking up these flanks. And as soon as I get in here, yeah, let's go ahead and wall. Sneaky's back up. Go ahead and sneaky in here. So my goal here is just to break these flanks and then slowly start rolling that way. So it looks like these are already kind of crumbling. Good, so we're breaking them up over here. Alright, let's just go right here and break these up. Help out a little bit with the hits. Now, I probably should have done it in the middle just to get more coverage. Okay, they're about to fade. These are about to fade. Them into the back there. Now he's doing pretty well. He's breaking up this side. I have no idea how he's winning this, honestly. He does get a lot of buffs. I mean, maybe those buffs are strong enough, you know? We'll see. It is taking me forever to hack through all these units. I just flank around the back. Maybe I just need more flanks here. He might actually win this. I thought I could beat him on the line, but... You know, maybe with those new buffs, that Necromancer, it's going to be really hard to do that. I don't know how, like, zombies and, like, spearmen are beating up my black orcs. But they kind of are. I don't know. We're still doing pretty well. Okay, we got to sneak in here and get some of that going. Why are these guys running? Gosh. I mean, he might be able to do it. He might just beat me up. He did get my spider down. I'm just going to have to look and see after this. I don't know how he's winning all this. It might be from that regeneration. I know that chair gives a lot of regeneration. Might have something to do with it. Alright, let's go ahead and pop a potion. I'm going to just test out these potions here also and just see how much they regenerate still. Yeah, maybe the new meta with vampire counts is just go with a lot of infantry just to really leverage those bonuses. And I might need to adjust and just go for, because if I had like boar or something here, and I could cycle charges in the back, that would be extremely powerful. So maybe that's what I need to do, is just go for more boar. Get back in there. It's still possible I can win for sure. So I was still able to heal all the way up, for the most part. I would love to get over here and charge into the back of that. And just give him a breather for a second. Yeah, they're using more regeneration stuff. Alright, so I just want to charge into their back and just make sure that I kill these things. That's fine. Yeah, let's actually wrap around here if we can. If we can charge into their back. Get them to break. Get in there, get. Go, go, go. Like, actually get in there and fight. What the... I don't know what was killing them. Okay, spider's back. I gotta rotate out of there. We are starting to win this, at least this part of it, not over here. That regeneration is just destroying us. What else is here? Okay, they're back. Run back over here. Okay, yeah, everybody's having a problem here. Yeah, that's it. That's just way too much. Okay, interesting. So... Okay, so he had Vlad in there with the Necromancer doing some work. I think the zombies, you know, they actually got a surprising amount of kills with the Tithe. That's interesting. Spearman. I mean, he's had a huge clump of units. And he had, yeah, this Necromancer buffing him up. Now, the big guns were not a good purchase there. I mean, they did get some kills, but they're just way too much money for what they were. The same thing with the Arachnarok. Like, we got a lot of kills, but remember, a lot of these were zombies, too. Like, we had to hack through a lot of zombies. Now, he did have a lot of spearmen, so Boar may not have been the best call there. I probably need to kill that Necromancer, but I don't have good magic to kill Necromancers. With the Greenskins, you don't have a lot of kind of snipe type of magic. These are really good too. Problem was I couldn't get around to the back to deal, you know, to get flanks because he had so many units. There's no way I was getting into the back. I should have maybe put some up front and just tried to see. I feel like I've seen that name before. Let me just check here real quickly. Shaking my head as I see a couple of these names. Some Mukib. Major Konyig, however you would pronounce that. Maybe not. I thought he was a top 100 person. Suppose not. How am I looking these days? I've been winning. I've been losing. I've just been kind of hovering around the 1,000 rank. I'll move up. I just have to figure out, you know, these different builds. So I like his build. I'm going to have to adjust my build. That was kind of weird. We'll see if that's the whole meta. What could I have done differently there? I could have flanked around with the spider. That's one thing that can flank that I should have used more, is to get around with that spider and just hit things in the back with it and cause terror. That would have been a good deal. I could have done more itchy. I think I did about as much as I could, but I could like put the, I mean, I did run out of magic at the end, so I did use all of my magic. I think the magic side was okay. I think my Orc War Boss side was okay. Boars would have been nice. But, as I explained, they had a lot of spears, and so that may not have been the best thing. Maybe I should run one boar, just to keep people honest. It doesn't cost that much more than a Savage Orc. Let me see. The Spider really underperformed there. Usually she does quite well. I could run a Giant instead. I think the Giant puts up similar numbers, but he's better at knocking out infantry lines, and the Spider's better at dealing with very large units that are difficult to beat. So he had a lot of regeneration with that chair. It's totally possible that I should just try to knock him out, and if that's the case, I should just run in and put the Spider on the Necromancer with my Lord and just try to take him out that way. think a unit or two. Like if I had Savage Orc Boar Boys instead of these biggins, that would have been good. I should have made sure that I had the biggins on the Crypt Horrors also. That's one thing that I definitely could have done. I didn't match it up well enough. I was honestly just a little too arrogant. Like I thought I would win that because I almost always beat Undead when I'm Greenskins. And so if I would have matched my biggins up with the Crypt Horrors, that would have been much, much better. That would have been a good move. I could run a couple of Savage Orc Boar Boys just to keep them honest. I haven't been super impressed with these. I've tried to run these in the past, but you know, against that line, it would have been really helpful. So I could take out like one biggin, put in one of these just for some utility, extra utility. Then if I take out the spider is usually quite good though. I feel like it's a lot tankier than the giant. It has less health. It has 150 armor. I'm not sure how that works out mathematically, which one's stronger. Like this guy has, you know, a third more health or so, maybe a little bit more. But somewhere around a third more health, but the Arachnarok Spider has 5 times the armor. So it depends on which kind of damage you're taking. So if they don't have a lot of armor piercing, the Spider's probably better. And in that matchup, they didn't have a lot of armor piercing. So maybe I just needed to switch this out, the Savage Orc Boar Boys. I just needed something that could get into their back and help smash those lines. And I think an 800 gold investment is not too much. I could just get rid of the big ones altogether and just go for just more normal Savage Orcs. Entirely possible. I mean, that would be a lot more damage. Yeah, I mean, the big ones do more, but do they do 50% more damage than the Savage Orcs? Only against large units, really. They do have a lot more HP. So this is a new thing that they added in where you can see, like, comparing stats. So they have 560 more HP, 4 more leadership, 12 more melee attack, 7 more weapon strength, and a little bit more of a charge bonus. And they, well, let me just see. So if I take both of these out, I could run almost 2 more. I could take off, I only got to use one of his potions anyways. I could take off a potion and run 1 more. And just have a ton of Savage Orcs, just forget the biggins. This is already going to be pretty good against large units, and if the meta now is just running a bunch of small units, then just having more Savage Orcs is probably the way to go. I'm going to try this out. Next time I'll play Greenskins against Undead. That'll probably be a pretty popular matchup for the rest of the day, because a lot of people want to try out the Undead. So I'm going to play Greenskins into Undead, and then I'm going to play Undead into Empire. And I haven't decided Empire yet. We'll figure it out, and I'll see if I can sneak in one more Dwarf game too. And I'll release some of these today, but as I've explained, I think in this video, I don't remember if it was this one or last, whenever I start releasing videos, updating and processing them, then I can't play anymore. So I'm trying to make sure that I play a lot and get a lot of coverage in. And that way when I release them, I can give you a whole bunch, and I can give you more knowledge because I'll have more practice under my belt with some of the later videos. So thank you very much. That's going to be it for this episode. Do check out the rest of my online battles if you're interested in that. We also have legendary campaigns if you want to check that out. They're pure campaigns, so we don't abuse the auto-resolve system, we don't assassinate lords, we don't do any other shenanigans or tomfoolery on the campaign map. So, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.